Yeah, I just was watching a documentary on this kid who was in the Air Force National Guard or whatever that was leaking. Kind of zit I picked on my nose. He was leaking documents on Discord server. Very bad thing to be doing. And it included information on how our government gets information and recruits people and stuff that should not have been leaked at all. Very bad. And then they started talking about how he hated black people and Jews, the Jewish people, for being presidents of all the companies in the world and their conspiratorial banking practices and COVID potentially being accentuated by the Jews to bolster their evil banking practices. Stuff like that, the economy. And anyways, it got me thinking that there really needs to be a way to describe people and people groups, whites, blacks, Asians, Jews, properly. To say that all humans are equal is to say all animals are equal. Now, if you've ever owned a cat or a dog or a bird or a fish, they are not equal, okay? All animals are not equal. All people are not equal. We have to get to the point where we realize that. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have immediate term thinkers and feelers, like black people. It's okay to have long-term thinkers and feelers, like Chinese or Japanese. It's okay to have contrarian people. It's okay to have all the different kinds of people. They all have different places. You got the Jews with this victim thing they do that really compels them to take control over everything. You've got a lot of different people groups and behavior groups, and we have to be able to label them for the different things they are and the different types of phenomena that are more common in those groups. And there is ways of testing and validating that. There really is. And we've got to get there. We cannot keep continuing on. To try to continue on just saying everybody's equal is to literally create racism, because everybody knows everybody else is different. But if you don't give them the proper tooling and vocabulary and mechanisms to describe difference, then they're just going to come up with these destructive terms, This I think it was Max Tahara or Jack Tahara or whatever, there was this leaker, said in one of his videos, he said the N-word, the niggers rape, the Jews steal, and he meg dumps. And then he shot his gun a whole bunch. Bang, 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 bang. So those are groupings and grouping labels. They're not positive ones. They're not constructive ones. They're not the good ones. Are they potentially slightly accurate? Sure. But it's a failure to understand the deeper reasons on why that is. We really do need to understand why black people prefer crime. They do. We got to be able to say it. We got to be able to say it. The data says it. We got to get past the stigma that we can't say that. There's a reason they murder more. There's a reason they beat each other more. They are really fine-tuned. There's a reason they make good parents when they want to. Because they're right here, right now. They're immediate term. It's hard to get more immediate term perception than black people. Black people are amazing as far as people grouping is concerned. You'll always find individuals in every group that can do all the different edges of the spectrums and things. But the point is, as far as a people group, they're wonderful at immediate term. Just like cats are great at their reaction. Cats have a reaction time better than a rattlesnake. It would be false to say that cats have shitty reaction times. That's a false statement. They have great reaction times. They're very nimble and agile. Cats are nimble, agile, have a great power to weight ratio. You can describe a cat, and you can say a bird ain't that, and you can say a bear ain't that. And we've got to be able to have ways of describing people groups that are scientifically based and healthy, but that don't castigate people into only negativity. Emerging consciousnesses like babies, young children, adolescents, teenagers, they're going to do things in the right here, right now, and it really helps to have right here, right now, high performing right here, right now based people shepherding them and guiding them and mentoring them. So black people could be wonderful at catching shit in the right here, right now, because they live in the right here, right now. They express in the right here, right now. They react. They see things, they catch things, they see patterns, and they react in the right here, right now. That's why they're so likely to slap you back if you do them wrong, or sucker punch you, or beat you up, or shoot back, or whatever. They're in the right here, right now. They're in the moment, and they're immediate term. Being immediate term has pros and it has cons. You got slow to react people. That has pros and cons too. Kids get away with a lot more. They get a lot more momentum going down the road when there isn't an immediate consequence. But the consequences accrue to a higher degree. We should all learn and know by now that the God of the Bible is a slow to anger God, which means he doesn't keep track of every jot and tittle, but he just stores it up and sees which way you go before he issues consequences, whether they be bad or good. So God's the slow roll kind of parent. And we all got to learn that. And his Bible says it straight up. He self-labels himself that way. We got to let the man be who he is. He's not an immediate term reactor. He wants our parents and our judges and our teachers and family members. And he wants the immediate term reactions to come from our own species. He's the slow roll guy. And he ideally, he only wants to bless us, because he wants to only catch us doing more good than bad in the long term. So God looks to the long term to try to give us plenty of opportunity to measure out more good than bad so that he can bless us, because he wants to be a parent who blesses us. He doesn't want to be one that cuts our lifespans from 3,000 years down to 87 years or whatever happened after the flood. He didn't want to be doing that. The reason he did that is because the majority of humanity was fucked up. We got to realize these things. We need healthy ways of describing things.